What is up, beautiful people? This is the fantasy football show, you know what I mean? And fantasy sometimes is better than reality, you know what I mean? It is. I mean that not in a weird way. I mean that just fantasy football sometimes a little bit better than reality football, all right? But we are here. We the fantasy football show. It is Tuesday night, right? I have tomorrow off, so I had a couple. I had a couple trees over the beers over there. You know what I mean? But I am joined here with my guy. Oh, wrong little logo. There we go. I'm joined with Dakota, and we got RevTrev coming up. He's like flipping the burgers, whatever he's got going over there. Probably the lobsters. He's making dinner over there for the family. Probably something really nice. But anyways, what's up, Dakota? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am good, but before we get into this fantasy football show, let's talk about Quick Trip real quick. They're sponsoring the show as always, and I think they're back on board. Everything they had like some problems with their Quick Rewards app. I think it's back on board. Everyone got emails and talking about like they're back on board, right? So Packer points I think are back on board. I don't know for sure, but just to check it out, look into it. I went to Quick Trip today a couple times, and I got to do the Quick Rewards thing, and everything seems to be good, good to go, good as new, as they say. So go ahead and use your Quick Rewards app again, and shout to Quick Trip, the best gas station in the world. Have you ever been to a Quick Trip, Dakota?
Oh, I have.
All right.
I've been a few times.
All right. What'd you have? You eat there or what?
I
just lie to me. Just lie to me if you didn't.
No, I've gotten like chicken strips, I think, and I've gotten like mac and cheese.
Yeah, mac and cheese is good.
And I feel like I got like a brat or something once.
Yeah, the take home mac and I don't know about the brat. I don't know if they have brats on.
Maybe it was just like a jalapeno sausage.
Yeah. Yeah, they got some roller things on on the back end, but the take home mac and cheese and breadsticks, I always get that, microwave it. It's good to go. You know what I mean? We have a good time with that. But welcome everybody to the show. We're gonna talk about some fantasy football. We got some people chiming in on the chat over here. What is up? How you doing, Big Dave in the building? You know what I mean? But all right, so what we're gonna do, we're waiting on RevTrev, but he's getting dinner ready for the family, so we'll let him have his thing. But I want to talk about like the top guys in fantasy football from each position. That was your idea, Dakota. I'm not gonna steal it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the top guys in fantasy football, we got, of course, Patrick Mahomes. We're gonna start with quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes, 26 fantasy points. Jalen Hurts, 25. I want to talk about Jalen Hurts real quick, Dakota. Is that all right? Let's bring RevTrev in here. All right. Oh, I got thunder and lightning going on over here. We got a lot of things. Hopefully, I don't lose Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go on here, move people around a little bit, but yeah. But like we were just talking about. First of all, RevTrev, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing awesome, man. Thanks for having me on, and I'm pumped because we're talking fantasy football, baby. Let's go.
You know what I mean? All right, so we were just talking about the top quarterbacks, fantasy point wise, this week. Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts, I want to make a quick point, real quick about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, no one thought he was going to be a very good quarterback at the beginning when he first started. Everyone's like, this dude is trash. So I think people should just look at him a little bit when you're talking about Jordan Love. I'm not comparing them at all. I'm just saying that I never thought Jalen Hurts was a good quarterback. And what do I know? Packer fan, I don't watch a lot of Eagles games. But I was never like highly impressed, but he's very successful in the NFL. So like, let's just pump the brakes. Like first year with Jordan Love, there's so much hate coming my way. Packer fans coming at me. Like I told you, like, and calm down. If you're a Packer fan and you're happy the Packers are struggling, like I can't, my mind can't wrap around that because fan is short for fanatic. So I don't understand how people can be happy when your team is losing because you can say, I told you so. That's like not a fan. That's like some kind of weird troll type of thing. I don't want to get into it. I told my wife, I'm not going to say these things, but I'm saying them. I've been drinking.
Preach it, brother.
But it's just annoying because I get it. Like, he's struggling. Yeah, he's not doing all the right things. And I think that offense as a whole isn't. But, like, to see, like, oh, he's done. You put in Clifford. Like, it's stupid. It's ridiculous to me. But anyways, we're going to talk about fantasy football. We're not here to talk about that. That's for another thing. But let's talk about this. All right, Patrick Mahomes, top points, 26 points. Jalen Hurts has got 25. Josh Allen with 24. Like, he snuck those in at the end. Like, Bill struggled. And then, I like Josh Allen, though. He's good people. And then Lamar Jackson with 23. Lamar Jackson is my quarterback. That was a fun game to watch. The Ravens were doing their thing over there. I had some bets on that game, too. You know what I mean? And they did their part. Lamar did his part, but other people didn't. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk about it. But let's check out a couple of the top running backs. McCaffrey, 18 points. You know what? I lost a bet for $100, and all they had to do is give McCaffrey one more catch.
Oh, my goodness.
One more catch. So at the end of that game, when they were going down to win the game, I'm yelling, throw it to McCaffrey. My son's like, they're trying to win the game. They're throwing it for the end zone. They're not going to throw a screen, bro. I'm like, I know, but dang.
Maybe he's the best player, so maybe that was the right tactic.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I feel like, give him a shot. And like, because I felt like they actually could have got a nice route from McCaffrey, got him closer where they can take a shot or whatever, but that was me being biased trying to win some money. But anyway, I'm not a good gambler. I'm just starting out. But then we got Eckler with 17, Walker with 15, and actually the running back over here, what's his name? Ateni? I don't think I'm saying Etienne. And it's funny because he's my running back in Madden. And I was like, who is this guy? And I still say his name wrong. And I hear it over and over in Madden. I'm going to play Madden after we're done here. But anyway,
I can help you out, Matt. You just think of the three letters, E-T-N.
ETN. Yeah. See, because I know the name because I've heard it 1,000 times, but reading it, I was like, plus I've been drinking. But anyways, so let's get moving over here. Wide receiver, we got Cooper Kupp. We got Tyreek Hill, Diggs, my wide receiver did me all right. And we got Brown over here. And for tight end, Kelsey tore it up, 14 points. Taylor Swift was in the building. He balls out when she's in the building. And Hawkinson last night, what was it last night? The Vikings looked really good. I ain't gonna lie. They looked really good.
They're just getting it out so then they don't look as good next week.
Yeah. That roller coaster, you know what I mean? They want to make sure that they're down when they go to Lambeau. Then we got Andrews, my tight end. And then Kittle with 9. Kittle, he's not doing. He's not really popping like I expected. I mean, I'm not sure that he's being used like I thought he might have been used, but he's definitely a great tight end. But I'm not sure that he's being used. Definitely not the way that I thought he was going to be. But anyways, those are your top people. I didn't go through defenses. It wasn't really there. I had to click too many buttons. But anyways, I won this week.
What's crazy about the defenses, though, Matt, Chicago defense against the Vegas Raiders were number 1 with 17 fantasy points. Is that nuts or what? And the Giants were number 3 against Washington. And in my league, both those defenses were not even played. That's how bad the defenses were this week.
That's crazy. Yeah, because like the screen I'm on, it doesn't show defense. It goes tight end, flex, whatever. So I was like, I don't know if I'm going to find defenses. But yeah, I'm glad you had those points. But yeah, defense, as far as fantasy, I've been paying attention because I'm in a dynasty league. We don't have defense. So like defenses to me in fantasy, they're just dead to me. I'm not even paying attention. But I did win this week. I had 133 points, and I was dominating the whole game. I won, but I was dominating the whole game. The player that I was playing came back at 112. So, like, I thought I was home free. I was like, it doesn't matter what happens. But they were actually, they came in contention. Still won by a good amount. But getting over 100, I think, in fantasy, you're having a good time. But I had Lamar Jackson put up 40, 39.88. Aaron Jones only got me 70. And I knew that was going to be a gamble because the way the Packers are rolling, like, I'm not sure how much they're actually, I can just bring this up on the screen so everyone can see. But I knew that, I was kind of concerned how they would use him coming off the injury and like what they're doing. Stevenson had 11.5. Diggs over here, just under 15. Mike Evans at 17. Andrews at 20. A tight end, you know what I mean? Dude, it's funny because I made a bet where he would get the under. So, like, he got the over. So it was good for my fantasy. Like, I thought that, I didn't think because it was right on that line because he's usually not, getting a lot of yards. Like, he had 63. I think the over-under was like 56 or something. So I took the under. But I ain't mad, you know what I mean? I wish I'd have won. That's money, you know what I mean? But anyways, Swift had 9. Pickens had 13. I had James Cook on my bench. He had 17. That kind of hurt my feelings a little bit.
We talked about how Cook is going to be good this week still.
Yeah, I think.
No, but what have you sat though? That's the thing. Like, what do you sat Aaron Jones?
No, I think I was thinking about Pickens, and Pickens had 13 anyway. So if I'm being realistic, if I would have sat someone, it would have been Pickens probably because I was going back and forth with that. Because I did have belief that Aaron Jones, I believe that if Aaron Jones is used the way he's supposed to be used and he's completely healthy, because I don't know his health situation coming off an injury, so they're probably limiting him. But like if he's 100% healthy and they're using him how they should, like he should ball, like he should be the key part of that offense. So that's what I was hoping for, not only in fantasy but in real life, you know what I mean? But anyway,
who is the poor sap that you got this week, Matt?
Who is it? It's because we got team names here, so I don't know who it is, but they're 3-11. It's Team Christie or Chris. It sounds like, but I'm not really sure who that is because team names. People don't want to throw their name on it. You know what I mean?
Matt, show your team for this week. That'll be interesting. Let's talk about your lineup right now, so we can get this done and over with. Done and over with, but then you can win your week this week. So go to week 8. Go to team at the top.
All right, team. Yeah, then we go to
and it's already showing you week 8. So.
Oh yeah, there we go. I didn't know that you could do that. All right, so like we should talk about that. Like so Aaron Jones, what do we think that he's going to be next week? Are we like pumped up about him, or what's going on?
Well, he's playing Minnesota, so that's not bad. But who's James Cook playing next week? Tampa Bay. They got a tougher league.
Is it in Tampa Bay? No, it's in Buffalo on a short week. Man, that's interesting.
I say go James Cook.
You think James Cook
over Aaron Jones until you see Aaron Jones do something amazing?
James Cook is definitely the higher floor.
Do you think that I slip Aaron Jones in as a flex, or I just say, hey, bro, it ain't working this week?
Well, it might work. It's just that it's more of a gamble. You're not guaranteed points with him as you are like with a guy like Pickens or Swift.
Yeah.
So we also have Thielen back now from the bye.
Right. Yeah. Thielen needs to be playing. I don't think
Thielen for sure.
Pickens out.
Yeah, Thielen, like I'll bring this up like Thielen.
You got to play Thielen.
13 targets they had a bye, but before that, 13 targets, 11 receptions, 115 yards. Yeah, Thielen, I think I'm playing until he tells me not to.
That's right.
I mean,
I got a feeling he's going to be good, man. Got to use more cowbell.
you
can put him in right now, Matt. Hit the bench button on Thielen.
Wrong button.
Bench button, the BN beside the Thielen name. That's the wrong guy.
Oh, it is the wrong guy. Dude, it moved.
Okay, there you go. Oh, crap.
I think I
do it again, Matt. You got this. This is teaching Matt how to play Fantasy Football 101. Now scroll up.
And hit Pickens' WRT.
All right.
There you go. Click.
You have players.
Oh my gosh, who's he got to drop, guys? This is why I hate Sleeper. I love Sleeper for everything except that Ty Conklin. Drop him like a dirty box.
Drop Conklin.
Yeah, hit that one and hit the drop button.
There you
go. Boom.
Now move.
We don't want any Jets on our team, anyways.
Yeah, he's
Jamal Williams up.
He's dead now. You got to take Jamal Williams out of the IR spot, so you hit the IR. put him to bench. Right there, the one above you, right there. Boom. Now he can do everything.
Conklin's still there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
You
Might
must
have.
have put Jamal Williams down there in your IR and never filled that bench spot.
Yeah, probably.
That's perfect. Okay, now, Thielen needs to go there. Yeah, click that.
Yeah. And
Boom.
then I would do Cook for Jones.
All right. Aaron Jones putting in if I can okay, he's right here. There we go.
Now, see, the tricky thing is Stevenson has had 2 decent weeks. He does a lot in the passing game, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like him and Jones are pretty close to a top.
Yeah, I think I would rather play Aaron Jones than Stevenson. Like Stevenson, I don't know. He's not.
All right, let's do it. We gotta risk it for the biscuit, guys.
There you go.
Plus, we're Packers fans.
Jones is the higher ceiling of the 2.
Agreed.
Yeah. Plus, Aaron Jones follows me on Instagram, and Stevenson does not.
That's right.
Yeah,
so screw you, Stevenson.
You know what I mean?
Kidding.
Better hit that follow button.
We'll say though, Stevenson has had 2 good weeks, and he's been catching a lot of balls for them. So that's the nice thing. If it's PPR, yours is half PPR, so that changes it a little bit. But in PPR, Stevenson's going to be a nice play this week, I think.
So you like my receivers? I got obviously Diggs and Evans. Diggs is legit. Evans, and then
yeah, I think the 3 guys you got there at wide receiver are basically must start wide receivers right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. So like, I think I'm good. I think this is the lineup.
This is the winning lineup right here, Matt. You got this. We believe in you, buddy.
Here we go. We're gonna dominate again. I like talking
Let's go.
trash to everyone about.
Did we look at your defense though? Who's your defense?
I don't
Doesn't
have a
have
defense.
one.
I'm in a dynasty league. No defense.
Cool. I got a couple leagues like that, and then sometimes I forget almost to check my defenses in the leagues that do have them.
Yeah, I've never been in a league with no defense, but I haven't played fantasy in so long. But how about you guys? How did you guys do in fantasy football this week?
Guys, I slaughtered my opponent. It was unbelievably great. Like, we're talking, like, I don't know, I think I might have got a play, like, slaughter of the week. 122-74. Let's go. I had Patrick Mahomes, who had the greatest first half and the longest of times. And then I had Kamara, who I believe he's the second running back of the week. And then I had just made a trade for Darren Waller because it's tight end week, baby. And I picked him up 19 points. That's what I'm talking about. Won it. No problem.
Did the good decisions. Not here, though. Matt, not good decisions, bud.
I know, but if you look at his decision making there, like he made the right call, quote unquote, right? Kirk Cousins against the 49ers, that's a terrible start, right? Jared Goff against, well, I guess the Ravens is a tough defense. So that would have been a little more difficult, but like sometimes what I do is I play the studs on those primetime games because they produce those big nights. But I still think like he just got it wrong. I would think like 80% of fantasy would have gotten that one wrong. So, man, I don't think you should like kick yourself for that one, bro.
Yeah, and it's Kirk Cousins on primetime, not notoriously known for being great. But also, we argue back and forth on Facebook a lot. So,
Who, you and Kirk Cousins?
No, me and Matt.
Okay.
The commenter. He's all right. He's all right.
I had a massive blowout as well. Phrasing, sorry about that, but 157-75.
Dude, your scoring is way different than mine. I'm just saying. Are you full PPR?
This one is PPR, yeah.
Like full point.
Full point.
157.
The only thing that I could have improved on is I could have started Rashee Rice over Kenneth Walker in my flex.
You could have started Patrick Mahomes twice. I think you might have.
Again, who would have started Rashee Walker over Kenneth Walker? But that just shows you how good this team was this week. Kenneth Walker was my lowest scoring guy at 13.
Wow.
That's wild.
Went with Baker over. Oh my gosh, dude.
Went with Baker Mayfield over Kirk Cousins.
Mayday Mayfield. I only play Mayfield when I have to.
Dude, but like I'll say, I don't blame anyone for not playing Kirk Cousins on Monday Night Football. He is not good on primetime. And it's like his whole thing. I don't know his record now, but it was like 0-10 at one point. I think it's 2-something now. But like, I don't blame anyone for like just sitting out Kirk Cousins on.
I know, but Matt, okay, I think you have to think of it as a fantasy guy, right? Because in fantasy, it's different. You're right about like, am I going to put a bet down on Kirk Cousins? For example, let's use Jordan Love. Let's be honest, was not good on against, right? He still had 19 fantasy points. He's still outproducing Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Even though he even outproduced Joe Burrow this week because Joe Burrow's on a bye. But anyway, but the point is that like he's literally scoring more points. So in fantasy, it doesn't always mean like you're right. Kirk Cousins on a primetime game, not a good choice usually, right? But there's times where you just say he's my stud. I mean, if it's Baker Mayfield and Kirk Cousins, I'm just playing Kirk Cousins every time.
Yeah, because the garbage time too. Because like they're not gonna like you don't expect them to win the game, but you expect them to start slinging that thing come the end of the game because they're trying to get back into it. They ended up winning it, but yeah, you're right because Kirk Cousins, even when he loses fantasy wise, he still does all right. So Dan, I tried to pump you up, but I don't think I can do it anymore. Should have went with Kirk.
Hey, I like this thing by Lambo. Here, this is awesome. New segment. Send me a trade offer for someone on my team or tell me who you'd want for Thielen and Cook. Let's go. Let's get this going. Okay, we got to see his team. Go back to his team, man. We got to see if he can get something going. This will be fun.
All right. Let's
go on the fly for a minute. Go to league. Go to his team.
All right. Let's find his team.
I don't know. Am I too loud for you guys?
His team name is.
His team name is X-rated there.
Yeah, you shouldn't say it out loud.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't you beat him last week, too?
Yeah, I beat him.
Oh, man. If I was him, I'd be upset.
All right, don't read the name on the screen. But
good thing that this is on podcast as well.
Yeah. All right, so this is his team. No, wait. Yeah, this is his team. I don't think he has anyone. I'm not sure you have a good team. You got Carr.
He's got
Gibbs.
a couple of good guys. I mean, Laporta's nice. Nakua's nice.
Not for Thielen, though.
Gibbs is
Keep going down. Let's see what he's got on his bench, Matt.
Yeah, he's got Prescott on
Oh, my gosh. He's got Fournette? What is he, waiting for a miracle to happen?
Well, he's on a bye this week.
He's not like alive, I don't think.
I don't think he's playing in the NFL.
Yeah, you know.
Lambo.
I wasn't even paying.
You got to hit me up on the DMs, brother. I got to help you out.
I wasn't even thinking of that. I was just reading names. But you
don't have anyone for those guys. You don't even have anyone to offer him that he's going to say yes to.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, come on.
Not a good team. I'm not sure. I haven't played fantasy in like 10 years, but it's not looking good.
So Fournette is a free agent, and he recently announced that he's going to sign with somebody soon. Okay. I don't know who's actually interested in him.
When you have a bad team like Lambo,
he's trying to manifest. He's like, I'm gonna sign.
That's that kind of like at my job, and I'm like, after break, I'll get that done.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing, Lambo, I know that the team's struggling right now, but you're in the right place getting fantasy advice from us. We're going to help you out, buddy. We got you.
He's talking about the name. He's talking about the name. He says it's a character from The Sopranos. I'm
sure she is.
Sopranos is a beautiful show. It's a great show. I love The Sopranos. So I get you there, but still a little graphic. But but anyway, so what do you guys want to talk about fantasy wise tonight? What are we going to tackle?
We're going to tackle. Correct me if I'm wrong. We're going to do a little bit of waiver wire. We're going to do that real quick, so we don't want to spend a lot of time on that. but we had a bunch of things on here. Obviously, Deontay Foreman, most people have him rostered 64%. If he's still in your league, I don't care what your fab is. At this stage, you got to get him on your team. I'm not saying put 100 down on him, but I am a little worried about what happens if Roschon comes back. But Gus Edwards is available in a little bit of leagues too, 65% owned. So that means he's still available in 35% of leagues. But the guy that you need to be talking about when it comes to waiver wires, and we've been saying it for weeks, right, Dakota, is Josh Downs. Why don't you listen to us, guys? 36% owned. That is absolutely horrific. We told you when he plays with Minshew, he's an absolute stud. The guy has been money. And if you want to win your fantasy leagues, you want a league winner, that's the guy that needs to be on your roster right now.
You know what I mean? And if you want to win your fantasy league, you need to listen to us. Well, them mostly. What I'm saying. You know what I mean? But like, listen to us because I copied them. I'm in third place. Oh, look,
there you go.
Crabtree, he said drafted him.
Drafted hello.
And I beat Crabtree. I did. And Crabtree he's not having a good time. He's in the private messages we got. He's all like, I'm gonna quit. You guys need to find someone else. No, Crabtree's the man. He is the man.
It's funny how many people turn bipolar in fantasy.
Yeah, he was going through it for a little bit. You know what I mean? But
you know what's funny, man? I got a real life story from this year. So I'm in this super serious league, and it's with Andy from NFL Outdated. Okay,
all right.
And we got a guy who made a trade, and he put it's 3 years of draft picks that are included. So we have this clause that you can't do that unless you paid for the years. So he had to pay for 3 seasons in order to make that deal. And he was all mad. And he's like, well, I don't know if I'm going to stay and blah, blah, blah. And we're like, well, this is why we have the rule.
Yeah, you can't trade out. So you're not going to be there.
I paid for 2 seasons for this season and next season already. I already paid before the season started. Right. And I'm like, I'm not screwing this up because I want to, if I can get a deal in, I need to make sure that I can do this. That's our rule. And this is exactly why we have the rule because guys get angry and they're like, I quit. And it's like, well, stop being a baby. And it's just fantasy football, man. Have some fun with it. Like, these are the rules. It's been the rules from the beginning of the year. So.
Yeah, no, because it's like playing Madden, right? You start a franchise in Madden, you trade all your picks, try to get all the players, because you know dang well you ain't playing that long. You're gonna give up. I'm on like year 3. I a superstar. I'm on my way to a Hall of Fame, except for I turned the difficulty level up, and now I'm 1-4. So like I got to train it back down so I can get back in the Hall of Fame. I'm trying to get to the Hall of Fame, people. I'm only good if I'm on lower levels, you know what I mean? But anyways, but that is a good rule because how can you trade picks for a season that you could bail out of? You know what I mean?
So I just joined a league. The guy needed me to join, so I joined for him. And I have 3 first-round rookie picks this year because the guy traded a whole bunch of stuff away. And I'm like, this is awesome. Worked out good for me, right?
You know what I mean? That is good time. I don't even know like the dynasty stuff. I've never done it before, so next year is gonna be interesting. Like I don't know nothing about like the rookies.
Yeah, we got you though, man. We got you.
Yeah, because I don't really watch college, but we'll figure that thing out. I'm gonna win the whole thing this year. I have no doubt. I'm winning the whole thing. Even
that team you got is good.
We got Mark Deaton over here. Like he's killing it. He's in first place. He's been in first place. He's the one that traded for Kelsey. So he was good before that. Yeah. Well, he did play me. He beat me. I think that was before he did a trade, though. I think I'm better after that trade. So I think I'm doing if I meet him in the playoffs, taking him down. Mike Tyson type stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what happens in the regular season. Hey, Dakota, what would you spend on these guys that we just mentioned for waivers? I know you're more conservative than I am, but if you need a running back and Deontay Foreman's on there, what would you be spending fab-wise? And Josh Downs and those guys.
For Josh Downs, I think that you're fine to go like 15, 20, depending on how desperate you are. I think that he's still kind of an unknown name, and you can get him for less. But depending on how your league is and what you feel like the waters is with the guys, I'd go up to 15 to 20%. As far as Deontay Foreman, I'm a little more conservative there because, like you said, I don't know how it's going to be when Roshan comes back. Herbert is still supposed to come back right? At some point this season. When that will be, they haven't really said. But so I don't know. I'm thinking somewhere between like 3 to 7% for Deontay Foreman. The other guy I saw that he dropped below 50% ownership, and it's the bye weeks, and I think maybe it's some people that weren't paying close attention and they just see this box stats. But Tank Dell dropped below 50%, and I think that's just outrageous. He put up in his last game, he got a concussion in the first quarter, and he already had 4 targets, 3 receptions, and 57 yards. Wow. And then he gets a concussion, and then they have the bye week. So,
yeah, hopefully it's good to go.
Well, and you're right, Dakota, because at the end of the day, last week was hell bye week, right? Mm-hmm. It was bye week hell, and a lot of people had to make some tough decisions, and he was injured. Instead of throwing him on their IR or whatever, they had to make a tough decision. So if you scan your waiver wire, see if anyone did some of those dumb moves, and pick up a guy like that. I think that's good advice.
Yeah.
Dakota over here.
I think what's you say?
I was going to say Dakota over here laying out the good advice.
That's right. He's dropping it while
you don't get this on ESPN.
No, ESPN knows jack squat about fantasy football.
You know what I mean?
I'm just kidding.
The other thing I think it's interesting that we should talk about is what to do with that Rams backfield. So they basically said that Kyron Williams is going to be out for a very long time. They weren't ready to say season, but it sounds like it's going to be in that neighborhood. Ronnie Rivers, however, is supposed to be back hopefully at the end of his 4 weeks on IR. So that gives you 3 more weeks, I guess. And then they picked up Darrell Henderson, which is their old boy, right? And he's got a lot of experience with McVay. He was the starter there a couple years ago. So they plugged him in right away. He's back on the practice squad. He'll probably get pulled up again. But, we know the practice squad rules, right, with Patrick Taylor. So at best, they sign Darrell Henderson to the team, but it might just be he gets pulled up 1 or 2 more times, and then he's cut and he's back out of the league. So bye week filler, I think Henderson's going to be good, but you got to be making sure you're keeping that cognizant in your mind when you're spending your budget. Because if you spend a lot of money on just a bye week filler, I wouldn't advise that. Like I if I'm spending a lot of money, it's on the guy that I think is going to help me throughout the season. So they also signed Myles Gaskin, and so that's another guy that's getting into the mix. So it's a messy situation. I think I'd avoid it, but if you need to get somebody for this week with the buys, I think Darrell Henderson's the guy.
Let me ask you guys this, because tight end is like that one position that's like you're only playing one, unless you have just one on your flex, but then you're probably not doing too well anyways. But who's a guy that's a good fill-in for someone who's got their top tight end on a bye and they ain't got no one else?
I mean, Taysom Hill has had 2 really good weeks, which is interesting. He has been fool's gold before, but he's starting to catch passes. They're starting to use him in the passing game, which is different than how they had used him. Mm-hmm. So I have in one of my leagues, I have a waiver wire in for him. I still think that Michael Mayer, who we talked about last week, is a sneaky play. He was on the field for 92% of their snaps. He didn't get a lot of balls, but that Chicago defense apparently had Hoyer's number. Also, it's Brian Hoyer, so you got to monitor that situation.
Yeah, I agree. But I also want to add one that might still be in your league because he's in 57% of leagues, and that's Dalton Schultz. That guy is the number 1 tight end in my available players in mine. And so he's got 50 fantasy points. Everyone above him has name recognition. And so I think that's a guy you can go pick up and be excited about. That Houston offense is turning it around. He had I'm in a 0.5 PPR. 3 weeks ago against Pittsburgh, he had 11.7 points. And then he played Atlanta, had 16. And then the Saints, who got a good defense, and he got 14. So, wait a minute. Week 7, he was on a bye. Okay, he's on a bye. And now he's playing Carolina, Tampa Bay, Cincinnati, Arizona. I think
really nice matchup.
He's a guy you can, if he's on your waiver wire, you need to pick him up. Because if you look at, like, I don't know if you want to put that one to Kyle Loomis there up from the waiver claims one. Like, he's watching the show. This is why you watch the show, guys. You just put waiver claims on these guys, because if he can, like, you're 1-6. If you got both of those guys and you started them, I'm telling you, you're going to win weeks.
Yeah, he's talking about. Kyle said just put waiver claims on Downs and Dell. Something has to pull my 1-6 team out of the gutter.
Kyle, I think you made some good choices here. Hopefully, I don't know if it's a budget or just a round robin waiver. Hopefully, you can get both those guys though.
Yeah, that's right.
So let's pop up here to Josh. He said, would you trade Komet and Shaheed for Kittle and Rondale Moore? 20-man PPR. My roster is Russ, JT, Aaron Jones, Tyreek Hill, Christian Kirk, Komet, and Jacoby Myers. That's too big of a question for me, so I'm like,
okay. So that's a good question. I like how he put it in 20-man PPR. That's insane. Yeah. I feel like he's got a really, really solid team in this 20-man PPR, because Christian Kirk is, in my opinion, the number one in Jacksonville. It's basically Komet for Kittle.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I mean, Shaheed's better than Moore, but I think Kittle outweighs that enough where I would do that.
They're only 5 points difference right now. Now, have San Francisco done their bye week? No, the bye week's 9, and Chicago's bye week is what? 13, like the Packers. Okay.
Yeah, but
I would do that deal. I would do that deal.
You would or you wouldn't?
I would, because I think Kittle's the better option. And you're winning. You're getting the best player in the deal. So, and it's small enough. It's small potatoes, guys. Rashid, you're not going to play Rashid unless on a bye week. Rondale Moore could easily outscore Rashid or get the similar points. So I'm doing that deal, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, Komet has had 2 good weeks that really pumps up his numbers. Kittle has had, like, alternating good weeks, you know?
Yes.
So he's had multiple
bipolar.
good weeks. But so I like Kittle more than Komet. I think that's worth it. And yeah, Rondale Moore, Shaheed's a little bit better, but it's not that big of a deal. But here's the sneaky part about this is Kyler Murray liked Rondale Moore last year. Kyler Murray is supposed to be back week 9 to 10. So I think I definitely hammer it on that base alone. That gives me some upside swing with Moore, who's a little lower value right now. And you could end up with the 2 best guys in that trade and really run away with that trade.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we should talk about him.
We should.
What are we going to do with Kyler Murray, man? Because this is my dilemma, if you don't mind. But last year in that league I was telling you about, it's a super flex league, right? And I won the championship, boys.
Oh,
I won it.
Let's
go, okay?
You got a ring.
I got a ring. And I got money. I got a ring. I got it all, boys. So here's the thing. It's 2 quarterback league. I had Joe Burrow and Kyler Murray. They were leading me to the promised land. And all of a sudden, Kyler Murray gets this massive injury. And I had to start Mayday Baker Mayfield. And he fluked out and won me weeks. And somehow, some way I won. I picked up Jordan Love in that league because I was like, I'm going to go for it. So guys are coming for me now and saying, I want Kyler Murray off of you. And these are the offers that I've gotten that have been wild. Okay. So The first one is Dak Prescott and Tyler Algier for Kyler Murray and can't remember who's the other guy. I think I sent it to you already, Dakota. So, sorry, my bad. Anyways, and I'm sitting there going, so basically it comes down to Dak or Kyler. Which one would you prefer, Matt?
I don't. I don't know their stats like off the top of my head, but like off the top of my head, I say Dak because I feel like that offense is. They don't like Mike McCarthy is like he's allergic to running backs. Like he doesn't like to use them. So, I don't know. Like, but off the top of my head, I'm saying Dak.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you, Dakota?
Man, that's tricky.
I know, man. It's tough.
I think that Dak is a game or two away from maybe getting some real heat from Lance. He hasn't looked great, but they keep winning. I was talking because I live in Cowboys country down here. My brother-in-law is a big Cowboys fan, and I was talking to him about it. And the way it feels is like they keep winning, but Dak isn't the reason why they're winning. And so a lot of Cowboy fans feel like if they lose 2 games in a row or something, that pressure is going to be really hot and they might make a change. Okay. Murray, on the other hand, here's how I feel about his situation. Obviously, Arizona hasn't fully committed to him in the future. They got a new coach that didn't have the connection to him right. Gannon didn't draft Murray. So I think basically they're bringing him back specifically. He's auditioning for the rest of the year, whether they want to keep him or they want to go and try to get somebody in the, in this draft, which is going to have a lot of good quarterbacks. So I think that they're going to be playing Murray. And the other part of why they're going to play him is if he does well and they still want to move on, now he's gave himself some trade value. So true. I think it's in their best interest for Murray to play well.
So what's your answer?
So no was the answer to that one. Okay. Now I got one more. Same league. Okay. A guy just announced he's wanting to get younger. So he has, get this. This is this 3 wide receivers, Diggs, Devontae Adams, and Cooper Kupp. He's willing to part with any one of them. He sent me an offer that expires in 2 hours. Okay.
2 hours.
2 hours. It's been on for 12. I've been waiting on it for 10 hours just to get to this podcast to talk to you. Kyler Murray and DK Metcalf that I send away, and I get Devontae Adams and Juju Smith-Schuster. What do you think?
Devontae Adams, I feel like they're going to start forcing him the ball a little bit because he's, bickering a little bit, and he's obviously a baller. But, like, that offense, I wonder, like, how successful he's going to be in that offense because I don't think it's very good. But like, I'm not sure his numbers this last week. I saw that he had a lot more targets. He had a lot more receptions, but I don't know if it's Devontae Adams like level type stuff. But Devontae Adams, like with a quarterback, is like the best. He's going to ball, but like the Raiders offense, I'm not sure that a lot's going to happen.
Last week he wasn't great, but he had 7 catches, 57 yards. He had 12 targets, but the week before he only had 5 targets and he only had 2 catches. So he's
this is dynasty, right? Because he's willing to get.
This is dynasty.
Yeah, because he might get traded next year. Like, who knows? If Devontae Adams gets matched up with an elite wide receiver, or even like a top end type of wide receiver or quarterback, he's gonna ball. Like, and that's why like they were forcing him the ball this week because he was like, "Hey, I ain't here to just hang out. Like, throw me the damn ball. I'm not just trying to." Because I'd be mad too if I'm a wide receiver. You're gonna have me running up 20 yards and not throw me the ball. If I run 20 yards, you better throw me that thing. I get winded though. You know what I mean? I can't do it all day.
So I agree with our viewer here.
Hey, I think your audio tweaked out.
Yeah, the mic got Real unfortunate there.
Yeah, it sounded like anyone wearing headphones right now just got rocked. Shout out to the headphone users, and we apologize for that.
But yeah, I mean, Juju's a throwaway in this trade, and
yeah, I think I had him. I think I might have him.
You had what was the wide receiver you said that you were giving up? DK Metcalf. So DK, I mean, shoot, Devontae, like you said, is the best player in the draft in that trade. Kyler could be in a really bad situation next year. I guess it depends on how bad you need points this year.
Well, and can you hear me now? Is it working?
Oh yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so I agree that with Kyle, Juju is hot garbage. So I'm gonna counter and try to get something better. Okay,
yeah, that's how. If that's possible, I would definitely counter.
So like he's got Spears off of Tennessee as the backup there. He's got Diggs. He's got Jacoby Myers. I could try to get Myers and Adams, Godwin. I don't know, or do I go Cooper Kupp instead? Or he's got Tank Dell.
Take them all, dude.
Take Tank Dell. Offer for Tank Dell and Adams.
Dude, you know what's funny? Because like I'm the Titans in Madden, and whenever I see Spears in the backfield, because I had what's his face? Now my whole team. I'm on year 3. They got rid of everybody. I'm irritated. But whenever I saw Spears in the backfield, like I'm not running it. But not because I hate him, but just because in Madden wise, I was like, if I'm not getting her, anyways, I don't want to get into Madden stuff. We're talking about fantasy over here. But anyways.
Okay, offer sent, guys. The counter offer sent.
Always counter.
I always counter. That's right, Lambo. Good job.
I don't. Trades scare me, so I just deny a lot of the time.
I always counter as well, because even if I'm not interested, it's like, all right, well, here's what I would be interested in. And if you're not interested either, then that's fine. But let's see.
Yeah. All right. So, Rev, I know that you got to do some stuff. So if you got to cut out of here, I'm going to give you a chance. I don't want to start rambling. Then
all right, go ahead. I got a couple more minutes, so go for it.
So who are we thinking? We talked a little bit about quarterbacks. We talked about running backs a little bit. I guess we talked about wide receivers a little bit, but I don't know who is a wide receiver maybe that you think might be available. I don't know, because like Hollywood the bye week. How many bye weeks have we had so far?
3.
Was it 3? All right. So last bye week, I thought like for me personally was brutal, because Thielen I thought was just getting hot.
He accepted it.
Oh, he just accepted it.
Let's go right on the show.
That's a great trade. This guy's
right here, guys.
He wanted to get younger, and he just traded away like his best young receiver. What an idiot.
Done deal.
Don't worry, you won't watch this, so listen to this.
Yeah, whoop, my bad.
Well, I think for him, he's got Geno Smith, and he's getting Metcalf. He's going to have the stack now. He's going to like that for years to come. That's cool. But at the end of the day, I got my boy. I got my boy. Boys.
There we go.
He's coming home, boys. He's coming home.
Yeah, people keep saying that about Devontae Adams.
I lost audio on that. I don't know what you said, but I saw the jersey come up, and it was great. So
he said he's coming home. Yeah,
I'm putting it on.
There it is.
Could you imagine that, though? Imagine that if Devontae Adams could find his way back to Lambeau Field. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm not predicting it. But if Devontae Adams could find his way back to the Packers,
come on.
That would
Talk
be
my
awesome.
love language, man.
Yeah, I'm not hopeful on that. People ask me sometimes like questions like, "Do you think this will happen?" And I do not think that'll happen at all. But
I don't think so either.
It would be I'd be down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be George Costanza. I am down. I don't know. Seinfeld reference. If you don't watch Seinfeld, you didn't get that. But
can you bring up L Super's comment?
All right.
The
facts. The one they said facts, or a different one?
No, the Adams is a beast.
Oh yeah, right here. I see it now.
So we're talking about a dynasty league, right, for this trade. Yes, Adams is in a bad situation right now. They said they won't trade him this year. Who knows what will actually happen? That people say that a lot. Devontae has raised his concerns, and they did try to feed him more last week. He got 12 targets, right? And Jimmy Garoppolo should be back in a week or two. He might be back this week. It might be another week. So I think there's plenty of upside still, even in this season with Devontae. But for Dynasty, I mean, Devontae still got plenty of good years left.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Dynasty to Devontae.
And here's the other sweet part about this deal is you got Tank Dell, who's one of the best rookie wide receivers in the game right now. So that makes it so much better.
This is how we win championships, boys.
You know what I mean? And let me ask you guys this. Like, realistically, where do you see Devontae next year? I mean, I'm not going to say they predict, like, what team he might go to if he moves on. But, like, do you think he's going to be with the Raiders next year?
I think if the Raiders don't do something to get a better quarterback, he's gone.
Yeah, because to me, Devontae Adams is like Giannis, right, with the Bucks. He's like, yo, I'm not, do something. Yeah. I'm not going to stay here and waste my talents because, like, Devontae Adams is a Hall of Fame wide receiver. He's a Hall of Fame caliber wide receiver. He needs a quarterback. And not even a quarterback. He needs an offense that is going to get him the ball the way that, makes him ball. Like he said, it's not all about winning. People got mad. They're like, it should be all about winning. But it is all about winning. But, like, if you're not winning with me, then what the hell are we doing? Like, why am I here? So
Devontae signed up to go to the Raiders to play with his best buddy, Derek Carr.
And be with his family, yeah.
Quickly got shown the door.
Dude, that's like going to a party, right? You go to a party, it's like, hey, Billy, want to come to a party? All right, I'll go to the party. And then you go to the party with Billy. You're only going to the party because your buddy Billy's at the party. You get to the party, they're like, Billy, get the hell out of here. We don't like you. You can stay. I'm like, all right, I'll hang out for a bit. But, like, that's kind of what it was like, Devontae Adams going to the Raiders. He didn't just go there for Carr, but it was a big part, but also he had family in that area or whatever. Right. But it was weird. Like, it was a whole homecoming. They're on NFL Network hugging it out, showing videos of past times. And then the Raiders are like, get out of here. Yeah, they're like, get out of here, bro. 1 year, like, you're out. We just wanted you to help us get Devontae.
But don't you think that the Raiders are having buyer's remorse for that? They should have kept Derek Carr.
Oh, I think absolutely they should have. I thought it then, and I'm an idiot.
I don't know. I mean, Jameis Winston seems to be outperforming Derek Carr this year in New Orleans. So
no, that's true.
I think Derek Carr might be getting benched no matter what.
But here's the thing: they signed Jimmy G to multiple years. So this is what concerns me, right?
I don't know why they even went for Jimmy G. That's the thing.
Maybe they didn't, and what they did was they were trying to get someone else and lost on the sweepstakes to make a trade down to get, maybe they were trying to get one of those young quarterbacks or whatever, right? So that's fine too. So
yeah, it
happens, right? And it looks like they don't know what they're doing, but at the end of the day, they got messed up, and then it shows that they didn't.
Oh yeah, and it's kind of like the same thing with, like, a lot of teams, like the Broncos. They wanted Aaron Rodgers. They compromised. They got Russell Wilson. And, and that's a beautiful thing for me because Bronco fans were so coming at me so heavy. We're stealing your quarterback, like this, like years ago. We're getting your quarterback. So, like, every, like, prayer at night was like, just don't let Aaron Rodgers go to the Broncos because screw their fan base. That's why. And they got Russell Wilson and they just beat the Packers. So I guess I should shut the hell up.
Right.
But
I know, it hurts, man.
It does.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But also still go to, to hell with them. You know what I mean? To hell with them anyways. But yeah.
Yeah.
So let's Al Super says Josh McDaniels is the main reason the Raiders are terrible. Jimmy G was coached by Josh while with the Patriots and alongside Tom Brady. Yeah. McDaniels is like a weird coach. Like, how many times has he been a coach? Is this his second go around, right? Or did he quit the first?
He accepted the job and then
he quit, right? Yeah, right away. Yeah. He quit. I've done that before. I worked at Hardee's for 3 hours. All right. I've had a few jobs.
You just wanted a discount on the Monster Thick Burger.
No, you know what's funny? I didn't even quit. I worked at Hardee's for 3 hours, had the orientation, came back the next day, and there was a U-Haul in the drive-thru. It was just loading stuff up. They're like, "Yo, we're outie. We're five. You know, we're shutting it down."
They Derek Carr'd you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's kind of what they did. But anyways, you both feel confident next week you're going to win this fantasy week?
Oh, for sure, bro. For sure.
I like to set my teams up with a lot of potential, and usually it's around this time where all my teams start to take off. And I had a great week in all my leagues, and so yeah, I feel really good right now. All my teams starting to win.
I think we're going to dominate. Be sure to check out Kemper Sports on YouTube. You're putting out great content, dude.
Thanks, man.
I was watching. You had the graphics on the screen. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna steal some of that. You know what I mean? Like, I think that you're doing a great job. So everyone, be sure to check out YouTube, Kemper Sports. Are you anywhere else? You on Facebook and
I'm on Twitter at RevTrev. Just did a video called "What's Wrong with the Green Bay Packers" that you guys got to check out.
It's gonna be a long video.
It wasn't too long actually. I'm still positive, right? And
me too.
But it was an embarrassing loss, and I think that we just need to have some conversations and talk about it. So I think I would appreciate if you guys jump on, hit that subscribe button for me. I'm just telling you, I'm not like Matt and get subscribers for just like smiling or having his eye go a different way. You know what I mean? I gotta do real work here, guys.
No,
that's fine. I'm trying to bug you, Matt.
No, wait.
You do good work, Matt. You do good work, bro.
Hey, I'm just trying to get on your level. And you can check out Dakota. He's got the merch. I can't say the store name. Say it.
Campeche.
Campeche.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I can spell it.
Here's the shirt. Monday Night Miracle. If anybody remembers that catch by Antonio Freeman.
Yeah. And then we got the I not gonna lie, I'm a little buzzed up.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great hoodie. If you're wearing this hoodie and you get pulled over, even if it's 9 a.m, you're gonna have some questions to ask. You know, some questions to answer. This is not a good hoodie to get pulled over, and I don't condone drinking and driving. But even if it's 9 a.m. and you're on the way to church, if for some reason it's the kind of hoodie you want to wear there, you're gonna have, it's gonna be a problem for you.
Hoodie driving, yeah.
I mean, if you're wearing this hoodie driving, go to speed limit. That's all I'm saying. Because if you're not, you're gonna get pulled out of the car. You know what I mean? But we're gonna wrap this thing up. Be sure to check out Kemper Sport, Campeche.com, and DMattRamage.com. You can find all my stuff, all my socials, my merch. It connects to Dakota is my merch guy. All right. So any complaints you have about my merch, they don't fit right, they don't smell right, whatever you got, hit up Dakota on Twitter and tell him what's going on. But also, before we head out of this thing, shout out to Quick Trip. And this weekend at the Vikings game, I will be tailgating down there. I'm not sure if I'm going to go into the game, but I'll be tailgating. I'm going to be hanging out with some veterans. We're going to be raising money to help veterans, going through some stuff. And I'll have more details later. I don't have all the details right now, but I'll be hanging out there. Hopefully, I'll have some stickers to give away. Hopefully, they get in the mail soon enough. But we're gonna be doing some cool stuff with some veterans. I'll be getting some content down there. But a lot of veterans, coming home, they struggle with some stuff, and we're gonna try to help them out. And they do a great job helping each other. I'm just gonna try to chip in, help a little bit that I can. But those guys are awesome. They all help each other. But shout out to you guys. All right, fantasy football. Let's all ball out and win some fantasy football this week. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
And thanks for all the fans, all the guys in the chat too, and all the people that are going to watch later and listen later. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Kyle Loomis, for the shout out on the hoodies.
You know what I mean? And shout out to everyone for real who watches live. That's awesome. You know what I mean? My wife don't even watch.
Matt, your stuff did ship already, so.
Oh yeah, there we go. So it might be here. But all right, go Pack go. All right. I don't care the record. It's always go Pack go, people. Let's get out this thing.